Greetings, I'm Sophia from the Kobold Guild, and welcome back to D20 Pokédex, the series where we take Dungeons and Dragons monsters and lovingly transform them into Pokemon, and occasionally take Pokemon and unleash them on D&D. As an illustrator, I adore playing with creature shapes and turning weird concepts into character designs. As a dungeon master, well, building lore and stat blocks is my favorite brand of chaos. Today, we are tackling one of the squishiest, wobbliest, most surprisingly horrifying creatures in the entire D&D multiverse, the Gelatinous Cube. It's iconic, it's ridiculous, it's transparent, and today it becomes a Pokemon. So grab a snack, preferably not jelly, and let's get into it. Let's begin with a bit of lore. Because the gelatinous cube isn't just a monster, it's a lifestyle. D&D Beyond describes it like this. Gelatinous cubes scour dungeon passages in silent, predictable patterns, leaving perfectly clean paths in their way. They consume living tissue while leaving bones and other materials undissolved. So essentially, a romper of death. A cleaning solution your landlord definitely doesn't want you to use. These oozes are transparent, acidic, very slow, very deadly, and full of other people's treasure because it digests the flesh and not the shiny bit. They belong to the creature type ooze, slimes, jellies, and puddings. They don't think, they don't scheme, or don't plan ambushes. They just simply exist. They slide, they digest, and somehow that makes them the most beloved D&D monsters ever made. And if you've seen that Honor Amongst Thieves, that big wobbling cube that eats everyone, that eats people and they get stuck in, well, that is our gooey friend. And now, how do we term this creature and pokify it? It doesn't have a face, limbs, personality, or any desire beyond consume and continue my day. Simple. They give it a cute baby form. We give it an ominous final form. And then we give it a mega evolution because why not? Typing wise, I choose grass and poison. Grass because the cube breaks down organic matter and returns nutrients to the ecosystem. Poison, well, because it's acidic. And now let's begin with our first stage, Jellit. This one needed to be adorable, like immediately huggable and then immediately regrettable once it dissolves your jumper. To get the silhouette right, I went full dessert mode and Googled jelly moles. My entire search history is now jelly, slime, and D&D references. Google is confused, but I am not. I sketched out rounded, wobbling shapes, soft corners, dome tops, gentle curves. I wanted Jellit to have this transparent body, just like the actual cube. So I added a tiny little apple bud floating inside. It is inspired by Stolosis? Stolosis? I may be pronouncing that wrong. And other translucent Pokemon with their inner cores. The face needs to be simple. A nice big eyes and a tiny smile. Just enough personality to trick you into trusting it. Otherwise, we're sticking to the classic green slime aesthetic. Soft highlights, glossy surface, and little bubbles drifting inside. It's the kind of Pokemon you'd see wobbling in the corner of a berry forest, and you'd walk up thinking, oh, what a cute snack-sized friend, before realizing the snack is actually you. And so we come to the Pokedex entry. Jellit, the wobble Pokemon, is just only a foot tall, but in my head it can squish itself down even flatter. The Jellit's body jiggles as it moves, wobbling happily towards sunlight. Anything organic it touches its surface slowly dissolves and is absorbed into its core, often found on picnic tables where it may just find its perfect plate. It's sweet, it's deadly, it's got an internal apple. 10 out of 10. I would absolutely poke it and lose a finger. Now we evolve into Gelacrine, the main event. This stage takes direct inspiration from the original D&D monster. Sharp edges, structured cube shapes, and translucent body. But we are keeping that apple core motif intact. Now it's evolved into a skull-shaped apple. I wanted Gelacrine to feel heavier, more purposeful, the kind of Pokemon that moves slowly but inevitable, like gravity and tax deadline. I layered highlights, transparency effects, and even added some bubbles and the slime moving around in its body to show that it is moving and absorbing as it wanders the forest floor. Gelacrine is like a forest digestive system, breaking down everything in its path and returning nutrients back into the soil. I deepened the color, added slightly bigger eyes, and made the skull fruit the centerpiece, almost like a warning label saying, "Do not touch." Seriously, do not touch. And we come to the Pokédex. Gelacrine, the absorbed Pokemon. It is now grown to just under 5 foot tall. Gelacrine's gelatinous body devours everything it rolls over. It recycles all it consumes into rich nutrients and revitalizes forests. Though feared for its corrosive touch, Gelacrine is vital to nature's cycle of decay and renewal. It's terrifying, awesome, and the best combination. But now, when you're in the heat of battle, it is time for the Mega Evolution, Mega Gelacrine. This form exaggerates everything: running acid, dripping tentacles, glowing fistures. The whole cube is basically boiling with power. The apple skull has become brighter, a toxic furnace at its core. I shifted the green palette towards these red-green acid hues staying from the apple and added bubbles and drips and these rotating auras, these tentacles wind out. It looks unstable, dangerous, like it would melt your entire team and the battlefield. Metal Gelacrine's Pokédex entry. Mega Gelacrine. It goes from the Absorb Pokemon to the Devour Pokemon. As it grows into its mega form, it becomes 6 foot and 3 inches, much taller than myself. It has the ability of digestive overdrive, which on contact moves deals 50% recall as that Pokemon takes some acid damage, and it has a recovery that heals it for double as it absorbs part of a battlefield. The Mega Gelacrine's acid surges beyond control, turning its entire body into a churning sea of corrosion. Anything it touches dissolves within minutes, leaving behind only a glistening trail of minimal rich sludge. It's a megaform. It's a hazard. It's an ecological disaster. And I love it. Now, let's take a proper look at the full evolution path, because this one tells a little story. We start with Jellit, our wobbly picnic jelly Pokemon friend. Cute, it's giggly, suspiciously acidic. Jellit evolves into Gelacrine at level 32, which feels perfect at that point in a Pokemon game where your sweet early root companion becomes suddenly serious, suddenly powerful, and suddenly capable of digesting your sofa. At 32, Jellit transforms into Gelacrine, bigger, more structured, more dangerous. Its internal fruit has gone from a mere bud that you would normally see on an apple tree to the skull apple. As its body gains definition, its role shifts from cute blob to mobile compost factory. And if you're in the region with a Mega Evolution, Gelacrine can then Mega Evolve into Mega Gelacrine. Not level based, it is stone or bracelet or any gadget activated. This catastrophic final form is of explosive acid tentacles, glowing cracks, and an aura that screams OSHA violation. Together, the line goes Jellit, level 32 to Gelacrine, and then Mega Gelacrine. A beautiful escalation from wibbly wobbly to we need to evacuate the town immediately. On reflection of designing Jellit and Gelacrine, I genuinely love designing this line. Oozes are challenging. Transparency, light, shape language is all really fun to explore. My favorite form, though, is honestly Jellit. It's something that is tiny, cute, cheerful cube that I can then chat draw into different shapes, and it just feels right. I think Jellit should have different forms of different jelly molds that you could do, but that will come in another time, as I am already thinking of different versions that it could have, such as urban or maybe down in the caves and it's more rock orientated. Now, if you have liked my creature designs or you'd like hand-drawn D&D character art, my commissions are currently open at thecobaltguild.etsy.com. The link is in the description, and I would absolutely love to bring your characters to life. And if you would like to have a video of your character being drawn, please let me know and I would happily create it for you. So, what should we transform next? A D&D monster into a Pokemon, or a beloved Pokemon into a horrifying homebrew monster? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you never miss a wobbly abomination. I'm Sophia from the Cobalt Guild. Stay creative, stay chaotic, and I'll see you in the next episode of D20 Pokédex.